Hey guys, it's Misty from the Book Rat, and it is time for my March Rewind. So this is a look back at what I read in March with a quick thumbs up, thumbs down rating. Because I'm in the middle of Fairy Tale Fortnight, I am super pressed for time. Everything is really chaotic and just a mess, so I don't have a ton of time to record this or edit, so I've just got to kind of zoom through. I don't have a ton of time to do the sort of monthly wrap-up stuff, so gotta make it quick. In March, I didn't get nearly as much reading done as I had intended, which I should have known was going to happen. And I also didn't read necessarily the things that I had meant to read, so it was a little bit of a strange month. Of course, I did read some fairy tales. The three that I read were The Swan Kingdom by Zoe Marriott, Rose Throne by Meddy Ivy Harrison, and First Frost by Liz DeJesus, which is an e-com. And reviews of all three are going up in Fairy Tale Fortnight, so rather than take up a bunch of your time right now, I will just direct you to those reviews. I did read some fairy tale short stories too from my various anthologies, and it was just kind of scattered. Bunch of different anthologies and just a story here or there, so I'm not going to show you all of those because it's kind of pointless. So that was all I read from what I was supposed to read. I couldn't seem to figure out what I was in the mood for this month, and so I kept just kind of putting things off or not picking things up. I did know, however, at the beginning of the month that I was in the mood for some more Abigail Reynolds, but since I've already read Fitzwilliam Darcy, Last Man in the World, many times now within this last half a year span, I figured I would pick up the other one that I own by her. So I reread What Would Mr. Darcy Do? I have reviewed this before and I will link to it, but basically I don't love it as much as Fitzwilliam Darcy, Last Man in the World. For some reason that one just kind of took over my brain, but I do like this. I have issues with it, and I've discussed those in the past, but there's still just something so engaging about her style, and it's kind of fun to see her explore the what-ifs. Now, the what-ifs don't always keep the characters as true to form as I would like, but that's kind of part of a what-if, you know? It's what if so-and-so did this and the other one reacted this way, and so it kind of works in the framework of what she's setting up. But yeah, I needed a reread. I needed some Jane Austen-ness because Jane and June is coming up and my brain is telling me it's time, start preparing. The other one I read, I blame completely on Allison from The Allure of Books. She talked this up earlier in the year and told me that she thought I'd like it, and it's not something that I probably ever would have looked into. One night I was just bored and I wanted to read something, but nothing was calling my name, and I thought, well, I'll go over to Amazon and I'll read the little sneak peek that they do and see if it catches me, and if it does, then I'll download it and go with that. So I was up until about 4:30 that night reading Escorted by Claire Kent. Now this, I have talked to you guys before about some sexy times books and romance and things like that. This is not, you know, your mass market romance. This is not your softcore, flirty, euphemistic type of book. This is, let's get down to business. I mean, it's one thing after another, you know. There's something really engaging about it, and I ended up really liking it, so it does get a thumbs up, and I blame Allison for my loss of sleep that night. So if you do like those type of books and you're not shy of non-euphemistic terms being tossed around, then I would say it's definitely worth it. I would pick it up. So that was all I read in March, and beyond that, I just did a lot of writing. Lots of reviews, lots of posts went up, and you can check all of that out over in Fairy Tale Fortnight. Hop over to Fairy Tale Fortnight and try to win yourself some books, read some interviews and some guest posts and all of the reviews for the books that I read for Fairy Tale Fortnight, and just sort of binge on fairy tales with me. That's all for me for now. Until next time, as always, happy reading!